What is up, you guys? Wonder Bro here with a message that may seem, what's the word I'm looking for? Weird. And the message is, forget about recovery. Forget about it. I'm not saying you can't have it. I'm not saying you can't obtain it. I'm saying forget about it. Okay? The goal with acceptance is to make anxiety irrelevant. It's to make anxiety not a problem. It's to face anxiety. It's to accept anxiety, right? You wake up, you have intrusive thoughts, you have symptoms, and your goal is to not add fuel to the fire. Your goal is to prove to your brain that those intrusive thoughts and symptoms are not real dangers. So when you get up every single day, obsessed, absolutely obsessed with recovery, thinking about this day that's going to arrive where the bells and the whistles go off and all of a sudden you're standing on the podium and you're fully recovered. If that's all you obsess about 24 hours a day and you're trying to think your way there, how do I get there? How do I get to that grand day where the fireworks go off and I finally have accomplished this? That gets really counterproductive very, very quickly. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't have recovery. Of course you can. I'm not saying you can't heal your nerves. Nerves that have been sensitized can be desensitized. I'm not saying you can't retrain your brain. A brain that is wired to be fearful over everything can be trained and shown that there's no real danger out there. What I'm saying is, it's very counterproductive to spend all of your days obsessed about this glorious recovery day, because now you're putting yourself on a time frame. There's multiple reasons. Now you're putting yourself on a time frame, which is very stressful and unpredictable, right? Now you are going around telling your brain that there's something there that you really don't like and you can't wait to get rid of it, right? Oh my God, what is my anxiety up to? What are my thoughts up to today? This doesn't look like recovery. This doesn't feel like recovery. When will I ever get to recovery? There's multiple reasons why you should probably just forget about recovery, okay? Forget about it. Take it one day at a time. Wake up. Live your life. If there's an intrusive thought there, you know that thoughts aren't dangerous. Prove that to your brain, right? Don't fight with it. That's how you do it. Don't fight with the intrusive thought. Don't worry over the intrusive thought. Just say, hey, you're there. If you catch yourself worrying over it, say, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. Let it burn. If it's there, it's there. If it happens, it happens. Whatever. Just don't fight with it. Don't tell your brain that that thought is dangerous by trying to do something about it, by trying to argue with it. So catch the worry, shut it down, live your life. Positive behaviors. Keep your chin up. Do things that are fun. Do things that are productive. You don't feel like doing these things, but make yourself. It's all about proving to the brain that there is no real danger. Make that your day-to-day goal and just forget about recovery, right? Let time take care of time. Let the body take care of itself. Let the brain do all that hard work behind the scenes. Forget about recovery. If you're constantly keeping tabs on how you feel and are the symptoms improving, and you know, healing is not linear, so there's really no point in doing that anyway. But if you're constantly keeping tags, how am I feeling? What thoughts am I having? What feelings and symptoms am I having today? Are they improving? Are they not improving? You're sending danger signals. You are stressing yourself out. You're telling your brain that there's a problem. If you're constantly obsessed about whether or not something should be coming or going, you are telling your brain that that thing is a problem, and that goes against the core advice, right? So to my point, forget about recovery. I would go out on a limb and I'd say that there is a good portion of people out there who know how to use this advice. They're no longer fighting with their thoughts. They're catching the worry, shutting it down. They're embracing the thoughts. They're embracing the feelings. They're using positive behaviors. They're keeping their chin up. They're showing their brain. I would argue that there's a good portion of people out there who are doing what needs to be done, but the one thing holding them back is that they're constantly, maybe not constantly, but almost constantly thinking about recovery, obsessing about recovery, which guess what? No free passes. If you're always stressing your nerves out, worrying about this recovery thing, right, you're going to get stress chemical. That's just how it happens, okay? I love you guys. Forget about recovery. Just use that advice. Get back to life. That's what's most important. This is all about proving to your brain that there's no danger. If you're sitting around worrying about this thing all the time, what is that doing, right? What is that doing? Now, lastly, I want to say, there's nothing wrong with being dedicated. There's nothing wrong with having an end goal, which is to feel better. That's why everyone's doing what they're doing, right? To heal, to feel better. It's nothing, I'm not villainizing that stuff. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having an end goal. But if you're obsessed about recovery 24/7, how can you be living your life and proven to your brain that everything's okay, there's nothing to worry about. How can you be doing these things if you're obsessed to that degree? I just don't think it works that way. I just don't think it works that way. So it's okay to have an end goal. It's okay to be motivated, determined. These are all good things. But the obsession about recovery, forget about recovery. All right? You'll get there, but just forget about it for the time being. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you made it this far in the video. We always pull something. My dog is sneezing. We always pull something out of thin air here. Like I said last time, I'm going to need to start writing these down. What is your favorite video game? For those of you who made it all the way to this point in the video, what is your favorite video game? Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. All right? Stay awesome.